Organisers collecting aid for migrants in Europe say they have been inundated with donations from the public over the last week.
Tonight, volunteers have gathered at the National Space Centre in Leicester to help sort van loads of goods that will eventually make their way to Calais and beyond. Gita Penze is there for us this evening. Gita, just what's going on?
Well, as you can see, they're incredibly busy here unloading vans and cars, and they're full of boxes of things that people, the public, have donated. We've got boxes here with cutlery in them, we've got towels, we've got outdoor wear and duvets that are coming out of the van over there. And they've come from 16 collection points around Leicestershire. When I say collection points, they're essentially members of the public who have opened up a room, perhaps in their home or in their business, where people can come along and donate goods. And organisers here say they've been overwhelmed by the volume of support and donations, and that seems to be the case elsewhere too. Last week, you may remember, we visited a Derbyshire woman who decided to set up a collection point, and as Simon Hare reports, things have skyrocketed.
It's now arriving by the lorry load. One woman's hope of helping the migrants in Calais has grown into a regional hub that should soon be assisting those in need across the continent. This was the scene at Becky Goodall's home at Boylston near Ashbourne in Derbyshire last week. But she now has 3 large rooms full of aid collected across the East Midlands.
These guys from Melbourne have been amazing because they've pre-sorted everything for us and been very good at labelling everything, so that makes our job a lot easier. The one thing you can't do is, dispatch it in a chaotic fashion.
The jungle migrant camp in Calais was the intended destination, but some of the supplies could now end up much further afield.
We'd really like to ship things over to Kos, for example, Budapest as well, especially some of the children and baby things are really needed there. Baby carrier, oh wow. And the rest is going to Calais, in a large lorry, hopefully very soon.
We're looking, hopefully, to get local businesses involved. If they've got transport that they can spare, that would be great. We're looking for cash donations so we can possibly buy or rent transport to take stuff over there. Anything really that people feel comfortable with giving.
Anyone with offers of help can contact Becky through the Facebook group Calais People to People Solidarity. Simon Hare, BBC East Midlands Today, Derbyshire.
Well, we're here in the hub where they're busy unpacking and sorting. Sophie here, you're the organiser. You sort of started this whole thing.
Yeah, it's been quite a little bit spontaneous and somewhat overwhelming, actually. We started as a little group of 20 people in Leicester 2 weeks ago, and now the Facebook group has 650 members, and this is just the precursor to a night full of sorting and hopefully getting things ready to ship out to where it's needed.
Now, Sophie, last week we did see some very distressing images that were coming through in the media. Has that had a significant impact on the volume of goods that you're seeing donated?
Undoubtedly. I mean, make no mistake, there's been a refugee crisis for a very long time, for years, and something needed to be done anyway. But I think seeing the awful images that you're referring to, it did galvanise people, and I think it brought it to home and made it a little bit more real. We certainly saw a massive spike in the number of people joining our group in the aftermath of that image being published.
And where will everything go? Where are you sending this?
At the moment, there's a slight backlog at Calais. They've been brilliantly overwhelmed. It's a good thing, but they need a little bit of time for their infrastructure to catch up. So all of the key survival gear that they need out there is going to Nottingham, ready to go in a convoy in a couple of weeks. The rest of the things we're storing in our own storage for 2 or 3 weeks, and we're planning to have a convoy to one of the Dunkirk camps in about 4 weeks' time.
Okay, Sophie, thank you very much. Clearly, they've been overwhelmed with support, and it's touched an emotion, really, and they're planning on continuing to collect over the next few weeks.
OK, Gita, thank you very much indeed. Gita Penze there.
You're watching East Midlands Today here on the BBC, and now the